Hey folks, getting ready to launch on one of Virginia's 122 different electric-only lakes. I got a lot of exploring to do because this is one of the larger ones. I'm doing it in, this is a Tracker Marine Topper 14, and I have a 3 horsepower equivalent electric outboard. That's a Torqeedo Travel 1103. That'll make this boat go at about, the way this boat is rigged, I get about 6.3 miles per hour and quite a bit of range. So we'll go ahead and get this in and see what kind of different species and different patterns we can find today. I know it's been very hot. I've been in a couple other reservoirs in the state here recently, and we've had water temperatures as hot as 96.5 degrees. So we'll go ahead and get in here and see what we get into. So I've got a stick steer here. Here's my throttle. And then I got the anchor wizard here because I got a mushroom anchor off a boom on the front of the boat. So we'll go ahead and power up. And I will tell you that the morning bite has been the best. We've had some good evening bites, but during the heat of the day it's really tough. I've been able to find them all the way in the backs of the creeks. I've been able to find them even the shoreline shade is just too hot. So I think something I'm looking forward to in this particular reservoir is fishing deep. So let's take a look at the maximum depth, and we're near the dam. Looks like we're somewhere in that 30 foot. Let's see if we can keep going. 35, that actually looks good. I'm glad to see deeper water. An 84 degree temperature is not bad. So yeah, we'll be able to find some fish deep. We'll use the side imaging and find some structure down there, and put a jig on them, maybe a spoon. We'll see. All right, I have marked plenty of fish. We're not far off the bank. We're already 26 feet. I've had 15 feet water, just almost a rod's length off the bank. So what I want to do is switch over to side imaging, and we're gonna just take a good scan of this shoreline, and we're gonna mark some structure. Got some right there that doesn't need to be marked. I like that. I've switched to the opposite bank, but I do like that we got a tree and a bunch of stumps and 23 feet of water. And I can see fish on it. That's a fish. Right there. There's a couple other mixed in there, but that is excellent structure. So we will mark. A little stump off to the side there. Another little something there. And we got the beginnings of something there. Drop it right on top of it. Bunch of good stuff there. And we're on the outside bend. The river, when it was still a river, came right through here on the way to the dam. You can tell because this is the steeper bank with that rocky shoreline. That side is more gradual. It's still a nice hill, but this exposed rock usually denotes that you're that you're on the creek channel. All right, got my waypoints there. I'm gonna zoom in on full screen so I know that I'm getting really close on them. And I usually like to get my bearing to know that I'm pointed in the direction of those waypoints. But I'm gonna back off, and they're right out here in front of me in 25 feet of water. I'm in 32. Let's give it a shot. Gonna drag a jig, maybe a little finesse piece of soft plastic on a jig head. We'll see. All right, nothing's happening on the deep log that I marked. I'll mark some more later, but I think for now the best play is to run all the way up to the top of the reservoir and fish the river right where it comes in. Frequently that's an area where there's some cooler water that comes in, and I always like fishing a little bit of current if I can. I know there's not going to be much because we haven't had much rain, but a little bit of current is better than no current. Well, even if the bass aren't biting, at least these little guys are. Bluegill are a lot of fun. They don't seem to care if it's hot. It's summertime. They don't care. They just keep right on eating. There's my red breast. Oh, nice big one. Wow. That is a huge red breast sunfish. Look at that guy. See that red on his fin? Beautiful fish. I'm going to take a quick picture of him for the Panfish Fanatics group I'm part of on Facebook. Anywhere you get these brush piles, and we're all the way at the top of the reservoir, and there's a whole lot of brush piles. I mean, it's where the river stops, you know, and the reservoir begins, and that's where, when you have high water, it's where a lot of, you know, the first little deep spot you can find is it's where a lot of this brush just stops, and these panfish, the bluegill, the green sunfish, the red ear. I'd like to catch a few more red ear. They get big. You know, they all pile up in the same spots, and brush and shade. Although I don't know that the shade is totally necessary. Certainly nice for me to hang out in the shade while I cast to the shore where I see brush piles. Got another one over here. Let's see how this looks here. Right, quick, down goes the bobber. Now, I've gone all the way to the top of the reservoir where it becomes a creek, and go figure, I got a little smallmouth. I saw some largemouth in there with them. That's a good largemouth. Nice jumps. I knew they were in here. Honestly, I saw one cruising when I was heading up this way. Not in this pool, but the next one down. It was very big. So it's nice when you can get up in a creek and sight fish. You know, is really what I'm doing. Is that I see a group of them, and they're ready to go. They're scooting around. So hope we get a couple more of these as the evening goes on. We'll keep throwing. What I'm fishing is the the zinker, and the color I'm using is dirt, which I think is like it's brown and green, but I think it's watermelon on one side and not green pumpkin, but just regular pumpkin on the other, which is brown. Where's your big sister? Another smallmouth. Always happy to see these guys. You happy to see me? No. Having a little bit of weather here. I'm gonna just head on back to the ramp. One nice thing about the Torqeedo is you actually, unlike a trolling motor, you actually have full speed right up until when it's out of power. So I'm gonna zoom here pretty quick. You know, I'll be cruising at 6.1 mile per hour or so. Time to get back to the ramp before I get zapped.